Hi, everybody. My name is Manuel Clark. I'm currently a senior technical program manager for a defense contractor. But one of the things I like to do in my spare time is try to fix problems for major corporations. No, I have not been a consultant for anybody. I just do these things on my spare time. And I realized that I might have a strategic advantage for Netflix. One of the things that I focused on, when I was looking at Netflix was their privacy and data protection area. What I noticed was Netflix had been impacted a few years back because they had a strong centralized understanding of how to get streaming data out, how to make sure that people could see videos and things like that. But they really weren't focused on data protection and privacy. So, with that being said, I just took some time to try to figure out, like, if I was working at Netflix today, how would I fix some of their privacy and data protection issues? And on the screen right now, I'm just kind of highlighting that I've put my information out there. You can find me manuelclark.com to show, some of my experiences. I have a lot of influence without authority from a global perspective. At any given time, I could be in charge or working or dealing with 14 to 17 different program offices trying to figure out how to get some of our sensitive core information through DoD channels. But all right, so pressing forward, what happened was, in looking at this issue, I realized that maybe Netflix is looking at how they should take a different approach when it comes to privacy and data protection. And one of the things I realized was, let me try to figure out how to make this interactive, how to make it fun, instead of just making it some toggle switches or something that somebody clicks once. Why do I say that? Because there's a lot of firms that are always looking for somebody's information, but we don't know who's looking for our information. So why not make it live and interactive? And what I did was, I created an MVP that Netflix might be interested in. Not just the MVP, but somebody with enough vision and strategic understanding of how to actually fix a problem that has gone from 2024 to 2025, 2026. So, with that being said, I want to articulate people's privacy in Europe is looked at a little bit differently than people's privacy and data protection in the States. Okay, so what I have created is something that could fix both of those. In addition to that, it could also be used as a tool to increase Netflix's revenue models. So I'm only going to give you enough to lock you in, because over the next couple of days, we're going to put out some videos to try and describe what exactly it is I'm talking about. So if you look on the screen behind me, what you're going to see is there's a data sharing log. And in that log, if you pay attention, it's constantly moving. Why is it moving? Because there's always a partner trying to get your information. But guess what? Most of the people who have Netflix accounts or whose data could be at risk, they don't know who's actually asking for their information in real time. So with my MVP, what you'll see is, in real time, a person would have the ability to block or allow somebody to see their data. In addition to that, you can actually take into consideration there are other controls and mechanisms like that, your ads, your viewership analytics, and things that you see on the screen that people should also care about. Is this important to Netflix? It should be. The reason why it's important is because as information pipelines are spread out across the globe or in smaller niche markets, it's only fair that people have the right to know where their information is being used, where it's been stored, who has access to it, and do they have the ability to protect it. So I'm just going to click through a couple of things. And as you can see on the just-in-time preview, right, even down to your location, voice searches, because AI now is being used to mimic people's voices and give authorizations where they shouldn't be given. And then you got your ad block rules that could be applied or, allowed or disabled. So one of the things, like I said before, I just want to put out there that over the next couple of days, I'm going to be putting out a series of videos to try and showcase that my MVP could potentially help Netflix solve their privacy and data protection problem. Um, if there's going to be any questions or things of that nature, I'm definitely going to be open to any sort of conversations with anybody who think I might be a good fit for a technical program management role in Netflix to actually implement this across the globe. And once again, I want to say thank you. My name is Manuel Clark, and in the near future, you're going to be seeing some AI videos come out. Now, I want to be very clear. The only reason why I'm using AI is not because I'm afraid to talk on screen, but I'm trying to keep my production costs down. But I want to be able to expand and I want to be able to do some more dynamic things. And AI is the way of the future. You got to understand there's a certain demographic of people who are going to love the fact that I'm talking to you as a live person. But at the same time, there's another demographic of people who are going to be engulfed and love the fact that AI is being used. It's going to showcase the innovation. So I don't want to age myself because of my grades. I want to let everybody know that I'm innovative, visionary, and I like to implement things in the now. I don't like to talk or do things that are associated with what I've done in the past. So again, I want to say thank you to everyone, and I hope you guys enjoy our videos that are going to be coming out pretty soon. And you will be hearing from us um, on a lot of my posts here in the very near future. So remember, I own a company called Model 7. I'm going to be doing all of that production underneath Model 7. So don't be confused or think that I'm actually representing Netflix or anything like that. I want to be very clear. I just want to highlight to Netflix my MVP is, I think, something that they could use to solve a problem. My vision, my leadership, and my influence without authority is something I think would be a great fit for the team. All right. Thank you.